I got caught hopping trains to the west side of Berlin. Not the type to run away from a race that I can win. Spent the fare on faces I got tattooed on my skin. I'll never learn, I'll never learn. Every time I said I love you to a heart I had to break. She can't call me romantic if I don't believe in fate. It's hard to be the one who fell in love with my mistakes, and that I know, oh I know. You can't find me on a map, cause even I've been losing track, and I don't know where I wake up tomorrow. Find me where the sun goes down.
This is John Muir Trail, day 1. And we've only gone like less than a mile and a half out of Yosemite Valley. But as it turns out, that first section out of the valley is brutal.
I'd rather wake up feeling dead than have a lifeless night of that I know. Oh, I know. You can't find me on a map, cause even I've been losing track, and I don't know where I wake up tomorrow. Find me where the sun goes down. 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 I know that I can't change the past, it's the only one I know. I don't know what the future holds, but I know I'm not alone. Cause all the hell I've been through I don't talk about to show, but I don't need a place to go. Hey! Find me where the sun goes down. Find me where the sun goes down. Find me where the sun goes down. Find me where the sun goes down.
Wait, is it just a hole?
It might just be a hole in the tree. Fucking bear.
It's a hole, isn't it?
God dang it.
Y'all, we thought that was a bear. So last night, we took a little dip right here, and it was super cold. But also pretty dark, so didn't bother filming. But how gorgeous is this? It's very relaxing after a long, hard day. Yeah, this cold water was really nice on our back and our shoulders. We only went 4.5 miles, which was incredibly embarrassing because we thought we'd be booking 15 a day. And we started midday and we went 4.5 miles in like 5 hours. In our defense, the hike out of Yosemite Valley is brutal and really hard. And there's like no switchbacks and just go straight up. Probably would not start there again. And we started midday, so it was hot. And down in Yosemite Valley, it was in the hundreds. It was probably hundreds, high 90s the first 3 hours. And I have big issues with the heat. So it was slow going. We stopped probably every 15 minutes for 15 minutes to breathe. But from here on out, it's higher, so I don't think it should be as hot. And hopefully, that'll help. And then the climbs, I think, should be more switchbacky, which makes it more gradual and not so brutal. Just going straight up is pretty bad. So hopefully we'll speed up today, fingers crossed. But yesterday we climbed, gosh, I don't remember now, like 3,000 foot elevation. No, because where we're at right now is 6 something. I think it was like 3,000 or 4,000 feet elevation gain. And that was over 4-ish miles. So it's a lot of elevation gain per mile. We are day 2 and we're only 1.6 miles in, but this is already years better than yesterday. So that's wonderful. Yesterday we had to stop every 15 minutes and take off our packs and breathe. And today, after an hour and a half, we're just now stopping to take off our packs for the first time, and it's only because there's a water source, so we're gonna go ahead and fill up our bottles. But we're doing pretty good, so hopefully that continues, and hopefully it doesn't get hotter. Yeah. Got this nice little stream. We're gonna filter some water. Don't worry, we do filter. Have these awesome little filters that take out bacteria and unfavorables. How you doing?
I'm good.
Beautiful skirt.
Thank you. It's no skirt, it's a kilt.
Oh,
Big
sorry.
difference.
Sorry. What a view, what a view.
How is that tree still standing up?
I don't know. I think that big tall peak over there is Cathedral Peak. We're kind of in this flat area right now. We spoke too soon earlier about how hard today was because there was an area where there was a wildfire, so no tree coverage. You can walk, babe. So just in the heat and the sun, it was pretty bad. But we're still going.
Absolutely beautiful. We're supposed to make it to that peak. There's a lake over there, but that's like 14 miles, 13 miles, somewhere roughly. So, anyways, we're out.
Where you going, my brown-eyed son? You used to crawl, but now you run. You started off on a road half dark, and the river curled into a question mark. We sleep on diamond beaches, dear, and drink from prison streams so clear. You don't have to be rich to get around. There are mansions growing out of the ground.
Dies. Is you dies?
Yeah.
We die. The second half of the day was very rough. So that's fun. There's a nice view out there. You can't really see it, but it's nice. Probably going home tomorrow. Or beat up. Pretty bad. So, yep. Okay, bye. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, but the view over there with the pink sunset is stunning. Early morning views. We haven't hiked very far, but it's already breathtaking. There's not much on this trail that isn't breathtaking. As a general update, we're thinking we're gonna bail out today, just because we're so beat up. I've got issues with the heat. I always have since high school, when I had like a little heat exhaustion, borderline heat stroke thing, and then you're more sensitive to it from then on. So I knew this was a possibility that this could happen. I was hoping with the low humidity and being at higher elevation where it's cooler, that it wouldn't be so bad. But for the past 3 days, we've been at a low enough elevation that it's still 80, 90 degrees. And there are some sections like this where you're just in the straight sun. So that's beating me up pretty bad and making me go really slow. It is cool right now, but it's early. Brady has some mild arthritis. We also knew that could be an issue. We brought medicine for it, but it's just, you're hiking so much and you're in so much pain that medicine's really not doing much. So his arthritis is really giving him a hard time. So because of those two things combined, we're going really, really slow. And right now we are at mile, like, I don't know, 12 or something ridiculous. And we were supposed to be at like mile, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure like 30 or 40 at this point. I think we're like 20 miles behind. So because of being 20 miles behind, it means we're gonna run out of food before we get to our resupply. Hence why we're considering bailing out. We'll see how today goes and then update you. 5 seconds later, I'm back on because this meadow opened up and it's just so pretty. She's a beaut. Holy a guacamole. I have no idea what all these peaks are, except maybe that one, the pointy one over there. That might be Cathedral Peak or might be over there. I don't really know. That's where we're heading. Mean beef jerky. It is on point. Most things have been making my stomach roll. It's been so hard to eat so far. Something to do with the elevation, or I don't know. But eating is very difficult. So then you get even more tired and more weak because you're not eating. But today's gone pretty good so far. Of course, I said that yesterday morning, and then the second half of the day got real bad. But today it looks like we have about 8 miles planned, which is still way slower than we were supposed to go, but we're trying to do more realistic expectations, and the point where we might bail out is 8 miles away. So but it's only like 896 foot ascent and 1600 descent. This is the very first portion we're coming on where we're descending like at all for any length of time. The past 2 days have been up and more up and more up. So, be a nice change. Where y'all heading?
Sunrise.
All right. Hi, bubbies. Morning. Morning. That looks like Chancy boy. Hi, bubbies. Oh, we are currently looking for Cathedral Lake for a nice mid-morning break, but we're in this field, Cathedral Peak right there, and it is pretty nice. We're gonna go look for a lake and take a swim, hopefully get our muscles to chill out some. So I'll video that in a minute. 10:08 on day 3, and we have just found the spot where I intended to camp on day 1. And holy avocado guacamole. It's quite nice. Quite nice indeed. Oh, well. Oh shit. Yep, that's a cold one. It's real cold. I mean, like, it could be worse, but it's pretty cold. Pretty mucky on the bottom too. Lovely.
Go on, get.
Be brave.
It's cold.
can't walk, you slide. Going. Hurry up before those bugs come back. Oh shit.
It's refreshing.
Refreshing, that's a nice way to put it. And a lie. Can you touch out there?
Nope, it's deep.
It looked like a pretty big drop off.
Your turn. Your turn.
I don't wanna.
You got this.
I don't wanna. It's cold, I don't wanna.
Feels good once you're under.
Did you get your head under? You
Nope.
Did you?
Nope.
I wanna just like dive under, but I'm scared.
That's what I was wanting to do at first too, and I was like, nah.
I'll drown from shock.
I don't know what's out here and how deep it is. It'd be hella fun to bring some scuba gear up here and do this.
Yeah. I'm already frozen. Okay. Count.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's so cold. Oh, it's so cold.
I told you it's cold.
It's cold. Okay. I got used to it.
She's in the deep
like all
part.
the way down.
You can see the floor?
It's really clear.
This is really cold, but it also feels really good. Like my knees feel a lot better now. But anyway. Okay, we'll catch you later.
Brady, how cold is it?
I'm cold.
Is it? So we're gonna try and get in this river, but it's really damn cold. Oh god. But it's super pretty out here, and we're staying at the Backpackers Campground. And thanks to Marina, we are going to attempt an extra day and see how much further we get. So that's that on that.
Days go by, get out and see the world. Days go by, get out and see the world with your own eyes. Now the journey took you far from home, it pushed you out of your comfort zone. There are kids out there with war paint on, and hearts break like crayons. Before you left, the world was small. Now the hills are bleeding like waterfalls.
This is Tuolumne River. We have just left Tuolumne Meadows Campground and hoping to get to the base of Donahue Pass tonight so we can take Donahue Pass early tomorrow. We'd like to go further, but we don't want to do Donahue Pass late in the day. It's very sun exposed and would be hot. So I'm gonna attempt that pass early tomorrow morning and probably go like 10 miles today. Again, still way slower than originally planned. So we have enough food to make it to the next store, and then after that we'll see just how far we can get in 2 weeks, since that's all we have. But we probably won't be able to make it all the way to Whitney unless by some miracle we start doubling our time or something. I don't know. I'll get up really early and lose a lot of sleep. We're probably just gonna go slower and bail out early, and then maybe we'll finish the rest of it some other time. So proud of ourselves for not bailing at Tuolumne though, like we thought we were gonna do. We met Marina yesterday and she helped encourage us to keep going. She's back behind us. We're probably gonna hike separately just because of different speeds, but then meet up at camp later, I think. So that's the update for today, day 4, and we're at like mile 23 or 24. Mountains in the background.
So we stopped at this lovely river. It's so lovely. Goes all the way down. We actually got to walk along the entire thing for what, like 6 miles now? About 6 miles along this river. It is. Very, very beautiful. There's Lacey.
Filtering some water. So we're still in this like meadow area. This whole area has been Lyle Canyon running next to this river. And it's been wonderful and nice and pretty darn flat.
Yeah.
We've really enjoyed it. I feel like Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music. I tried to sing it to Brady. He didn't think it was as comical as I did. We found a nice little campsite, but we got here at like 12:30. We're moving pretty fast today. We almost did 10 miles by 12:30, but we were going through Lyle Canyon. Basically no ascent or descent. It was just really flat. So we stopped here for lunch, and we really wanted to keep going and try and make up some mileage since we are so far behind. But the next thing is Donahue Pass, which is pretty intense. It's like over just 2,000 foot elevation gain in like 3 miles. And then you have to go down off the pass. You can't stay on the top. So the next campsite off the pass is 7 miles from here. And even though we did 9-10 miles this morning in about 5 hours, going up over the pass with all that ascent is going to be significantly slower. So just getting up and over and 7 miles out to the next campsite will probably take 8 hours. So we've just been sitting at this campsite. It's almost 2 o'clock now. We've been here since 12:30. But we feel like we're wasting time because we really want to play catch up. So we did ask somebody coming down how long it takes, if there's any chance we could make it today. She said no. But there is another campsite like 1.5 miles up, and it's next to the one of the rivers, which where we're at right now is not super close to a water source. So I think we're going to do another 1.5 miles and then maybe stop there for the rest of the day. We'd like to go further, but with the pass being there, it's just too far to get up and over. So this is where we're at right now. It's nice, and there's more campsites back in there. We really like it because it's pretty private, which is nice because you don't have to worry about changing or whatever. But it just feels silly to stop this early. So I think we'll go a little bit further, and then hopefully that's right near the river and we can jump in the water. Been really enjoying that every day to just rinse off, and it helps with your feet and your back. So we're obviously very sore. So we'll probably do that and video update later. So we did decide to go up to that next campsite. That was about 1.5 miles away. It starts to go up in elevation because it's getting really close to Donahue Pass, so it's like prepping you for it. So let's do tomorrow. But we've only gone like 0.4, half a mile or something. I don't know, not much at all. And the ascent has been 450 to 500 feet, which in my head didn't sound like a big deal, but maybe that's an unrealistic expectation. But look, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's the meadow down there with that winding river that I was videoing earlier. We were down there like a minute ago. Not a minute ago, but like that's kind of where we were at when we were talking about that camp that we thought about staying at. That's how far we've come up. Way down there. Ridiculous.
Well, we got 6% battery, so.
It's alright. Hello. This water's freezing, but it's beautiful.
Look how dirty our feet are.
Our feet are disgusting.
Feet are disgusting.
We're taped up from battle wounds. Look at that. It's a good time. But look at this. We're gonna sleep like babies next to that noise. And look at that. Are you absolutely kidding me? This water is freezing because it's snow melt water. And if you can see it up there, that's where it's coming down. Yeah, it's snow melt. It's freezing, freezing, freezing. But it's beautiful, and we're dirty, and we need to get clean, so. Brady insists he's not going in, but I say he is.
No.
I say he's not getting in our
I'm gonna do my
tent.
hair though.
In our tent, in our quilt, with his nasty, nasty feet.
I'm washing my feet and my head.
All right.
And cries for help with nowhere to go. Days go by, get out and see the world. Days go by, get out and see the world with your own eyes. It's hard to see what you're going through. Just no one can beat up on you. You'll spend some time in the waiting place, and the purest things may leave no trace. Go up the mountain top and shine. I reflected on my long decline. I've gathered sunsets in my prime. Now I'm planting trees I'll never climb. Days go by.
Going that way.
Yeah, that's why I stepped on that first rock that's like sticking out. Good job.
So, we decided not to eat breakfast camp this morning and go ahead and hike some. And then stop for breakfast. And we're very happy we did. Because we have this amazing view. We're sitting on this rock, just hanging out. Eating our breakfast. Brady's over there picking at his teeth. He's about to make some coffee, have some cereal. With dry milk, not the best. Powdered milk that you add water to, it's kind of disgusting. But, you know. That view though. We have made it to the top of Donahue Pass. There's the sign. We have Inyo National Forest that way, the Ansel Adams Wilderness, and Yosemite that way. So we have officially left Yosemite. We're trying to see if we can get brief service to call everybody. Not sure it's gonna go through, but we're gonna try. And that was awesome. We are at 11,000 feet. I think 11,073 or something. And I can't even tell what that says. But just above 11,000 feet. So definitely the highest we've ever been.
All right. Use your poles.
Well, hello. So here we are, day 5, 11:37, and we're now heading up to Island Pass, which is about 10,200 feet. We came from down in there somewhere, and went down to about 9,600 feet before it started climbing again. And before that, as you saw earlier, we were at Donahue Pass, which was 11,073 feet. So we were up and down and up to another pass. We came from somewhere, I don't know, up there or maybe over here, up there, but around that general height. And down and up. So, fun stuff. And back up we go, and then we're gonna hit some gorgeous lakes that I cannot wait to film. This is Thousand Island Lakes. Goes over here, back here. We're gonna go down there and have some lunch and take a swim. Hopefully relax our feet because they hurt. I don't know if this is doing it justice. I'll have to see it on a big screen rather than the GoPro screen. But this is the bluest dang lake I think I've ever seen. It is so pretty.
Very blue.
Very, very blue. Cool.
Yeah. Really good fishing. We were at Thousand Islands earlier.
Yeah.
That's where we caught them all.
Yeah,
Nice.
had better luck there.
Yes, much better. And then we're going to go to Garnett. On the way back to camp.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is Garnett Lake. We kind of thought we were gonna camp here, but it's pretty darn windy. So now we don't know. This is day 5's campsite. I forgot the GoPro, so we're doing this. Well, this is the water. We're about to hop in. Campsite's right up there. We're gonna get in and wash off because we're gross, and then go eat dinner. We're at tonight's camp. There's Shadow Creek down there. And we went for a swim. It was freezing cold. Yeah, there's a lake out there in the distance. I think it's probably Shadow Lake. And this is camp for tonight. We're gonna sit right here and eat and watch the sunset. These are bear cans, by the way. I don't know if I've said that yet. I like to have bear cans to put all our food in. Yep, we're gonna have dinner.
And see the world. Days go by. Get out and see the world with your own eyes. Your own eyes. Your own eyes.
Good morning from John Muir Trail day 6. We are currently at, what lake are we at? Rosalie Lakes. Rosalie Lake. We hiked about 1.5 miles this morning because we got up, it was really cold. I'm trying to get up earlier and earlier so we can get more hiking done before it gets hot. So we got up really early and it was too cold and too windy to eat, so we hiked for a little bit and then stopped for breakfast. So this is Rosalie Lake. We are having some egg. Where is it? There? No, yeah, there. Egg with dried bacon bits and parm. Got some coffee. Brady's over here. We're just hanging out with this awesome view. Hello. So I didn't do any more filming of day 6 after breakfast because we hit a pretty large burn section going into Red's Meadow, which is where we were gonna camp that night. We did like 11 miles to Red's, And we got there by 12:30, but it was really downhill, so we were able to go pretty fast. But it was a really big burn section. It was not very pretty and really dusty, and my whole face was covered in dirt walking behind Brady most of the time, and it was hot, so I didn't film much of that or any of that. I took some pictures, I think. And then we got to Red's Meadow and had a milkshake and some food. It was ridiculously expensive because they know how bad you want it, and we'd been hiking and it's the only place around where you can get real food. So stayed at the campground there for the night. There's a lot of people there, and we got to thinking while we were at Red's, there's a shuttle that stops right there at the resort and campground and it takes you out to the nearest town, Mammoth Lakes. And from Mammoth Lakes you can take the Eastern Sierra Transit down the eastern side of the Sierras, obviously why it's called that, and it would get us very close to LA, where we could take the Greyhound the rest of the way and get to the airport and go home. You can also take yards up and around the Sierras to the other side and then get to Fresno. From Fresno you can get to LA, so on and so on. So that happened to be one of the easiest points to bail out. If we kept on going, the next option is VVR. It would have been about 2 more days, which would have been great. We wanted to go further. But from VVR, they have a private shuttle that runs into Fresno. It's incredibly expensive because it's a private shuttle. And the next bailout would all just be lateral trails coming off the John Muir Trail. We had thought about trying to go on to Kearsarge Pass. At that point, we would have run out of time because Brady has to get back to work. So we probably only would have made it to Kearsarge. But even there, you have to take this lateral trail out. It's like an extra 8 to 12 miles. So where we were at the end of day 6 was the easiest by far bailout point. And we figure, since we weren't gonna be able to finish anyway because of lack of time, that's one of the easiest spots to get off and get back on. So maybe like the next year if we come in, that's a really easy spot to pop in because the shuttle takes you directly there. So we decided to come on out to Mammoth Lakes, stayed at a hostel last night, and now today we are taking buses and various transit to LA. So we completed day 6 on the trail and then left Red's Meadow morning of day 7. So 6 days, 60 miles is what we managed. We would have gone the full 2 weeks that we had planned, but it would have made exiting very difficult and would have been just a few days short of Whitney, which would have been depressing. So this way we can bail here, maybe take 2 weeks next year, or just a week. We might do just a week at a time and finish it in 3 different trips, or 2 weeks next year and finish the rest of it out. That way we'll have more time. So we were really sad to leave. We'd kind of made a group of friends that we camped with each night, so we were sad to see them go, but that's okay. Lack of time meant rushing, and we didn't want to do that. We were having really a lot of fun out there, especially the past 3 days. They got really good and the views were amazing, but we want to be able to finish it when we have time and not all we're thinking about is rushing. So hopefully next year.